Well, hello everybody. Jason up, New Age Revolution down here in the cave. Very quick update. If you have not already, go watch the Toy Room Tour Part 2. It is up. It is up and running. But I wanted to come down. I wanted to tell you something about a new sub obsession. Okay. I forget what the last sub-obsession was. What was the last sub-obsession that we did? I don't remember. Did we do a sub-obsession? Because every once in a while, I get these things that just enter my brain, and they're called, sub-obsessions. And when they hit, I gotta get them, right? So it might be like, wrestling magazines. Oh, I suddenly need every Pro Wrestling Illustrated from 1980 to 90. I do that. I don't know if you've noticed, but I do that. Well, I think it was the VHS. I think it was the horror VHS. So we're kind of in the same vein. All right, we're in the same ballpark. This has been so. So so what I want to do and what I'm gonna. And I'm telling you guys because you'll probably help me along the way because you have parents and grandparents and who at one point in time probably had a lovely little VHS collection. Now not just your commercial releases, right? That we all know and love. No, I'm not talking about these things, right? I'm talking about how my dad, how I would record shows, movies, whatever, from television. And most of the time, we would leave the house while we were recording these things, because that's what the point of the VCR was, to be there when you're not. And a lot of the time, original commercials are all intact and all that. We weren't editing geniuses back then, right? We weren't too knowledgeable on how to cut the commercials out and all that, or we just didn't care. So I know that there's a ton of stuff out there of recorded from TV footage on VHS. There you go. That's the newest. That's the newest obsession. Recorded from TV. See, to make it official, you have to do this with your hands. Recorded from TV, VHS. That's what I want. And I found them accidentally on eBay because you can't sell recorded footage off of television. You can't sell copyrighted stuff, right? So what they do is they say that these VHS tapes, okay, are sold as blanks because they're re-recordable. They are re-recordable. So you can make them blanks again. And within the description, they will say, these are sold as blanks, but at this particular time, contain the following footage. That's how they get away with that. And so I stumbled upon it and I was like, oh, this is special. Because we have all kinds of stuff out there. Footage from the 80s and 90s, mainly obviously the 80s that I'm interested in, of movies taped straight off of HBO with the intro and the coming attractions and maybe like a run of TV shows taped off of ABC in 1987 with commercials and all. What a gold mine. What a potentially untapped gold mine. And so I started looking around because, if you recall, I went and picked up when I was doing Horror Night, which we're bringing back. We're nothing's going away from the channel. We're gonna do the Vintage Horror Night, and I think we might make some buffalo cauliflower on our vintage, or a real manly night right there. Vintage Horror Night and buffalo cauliflower, because that is slowly replacing real chicken wings. in my life. I'm just saying. I don't want, just don't get crazy about it, but it's coming. If you remember, I say I picked up a VHS lot a while back because the lady advertised Sleepaway Camp 1, 2, and 3 on VHS, and that's outstanding. And I got there, and I was initially disappointed because it was Sleepaway Camp 1, 2, and 3 recorded from, I thought, television. And unfortunately, these are probably dubs direct from VHS because there's no indication that they're from television, right? But that kind of got the wheels turning. And then I was at a garage sale over the summer. I didn't show you guys this, but I was at a garage sale over the summer, and I bought a tape. A lady had a bunch of DVD, older lady, maybe in her 60s or 70s. She had a batch of DVDs, just whatever. And I always look through those. And then there was a couple of VHS tapes, a couple of commercial ones, whatever. It's a Wonderful Life. I don't know. And then this one, right? One of her own homemade VHS tapes. And this one has, we have local news. We have Channel 10 News here in Rochester. And so there's a Channel 10 newscast on here. Don't know the year. I have no idea the year. It doesn't say. There's a Christmas Story, ladies and gentlemen. A Christmas Story is on here. You can see. A Christmas Story is on this VHS tape. Is it taped from TBS? I don't know. Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas is on this VHS. Is that taped from TV? I assume, right? Because the lady's older. I don't assume that she hooked up 2 VCRs back in her youth and recorded things from movies. I assume these are TV shows. The giveaway for me is that there's a newscast on here, right? So what else is on here? So Channel 10 News, Christmas Story, Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas, and A Christmas Carol. And then it says NIL, N-I-L. So I'm guessing nothing. But I'm going to really enjoy going through this VHS tape and watching movies that I could easily pop in upstairs. But I'm going to watch them down here, right? Because they're homemade. They're from this lady. And I don't know when she made them. I don't know what made her record these things, but this is a throwback for me. So this really sparked the interest. And then, of course, I was fishing around on eBay, and I was watching a few items. I'd like whatever, but I'd especially like some horror, And there was a lot of 10 VHS tapes, all with one horror movie on each tape. And they did claim that it was taped off of TV, but it was like Creepshow, it was Gremlins, it was Friday the 13th, like, I don't know, part 5 or something. Just movies, whatever horror movies. I think The Shining, all stuff I have, all stuff I can easily go watch somewhere else. But that it's special if you crank up the old VCR and you throw one in. So and the other thing with these is that people are listing them relatively high priced. So that lot of 10 VHS tapes, the opening bid was $24.99. And I was like, wow, this is how eBay this is how eBay works, because if you put that at a 99-cent auction, there's probably a good chance that I get it for $4, right? But you put $24.99 on it, and then I'm like, wow, I got to bid $24.99. So I did. And then, shockingly, I got outbid by one other bidder. So he got it for $25.01 or something. Whatever. But I did find something, and that's what prompted this video today. This Gold Star STD tape, and it's got the following on it. It's got a 2020 broadcast from the 80s or early 90s about computers. How about that? A 2020 broadcast about computers. And I think it's airplane computers even. How about that? And then it's got an episode of Amazing Stories. Now, you guys remember Amazing Stories, okay? It was a more modern Twilight Zone, Freddy's Nightmares, Tales from the Dark Side type of show. Less horror, more like, whoa, amazing, right? Amazing stories. Some horror, but like some, I don't know, science fiction and just fun stuff. But an old episode of Amazing Stories is on this tape. And then movie. Isn't that great? Movie. So I'm going to settle in and watch the episode. Well, I'm going to watch the whole tape. I'm going to sit down and watch the 2020 episode and try to figure out, what year it's from. And then I'll watch the episode of Amazing Stories. And then I'll watch movie. And I don't care what the movie is. I'm going to sit here and watch it because I bought this tape. I only paid $8 for it. But this is becoming a sub-obsession of mine. Recorded from home, from your dad's living room, from your grandparents' house, right here, recorded on tape, mine. So I've got 3 of these now. Well, this one I guess doesn't count because it's probably dubbed, but I've got these now, and I love them. I love them. It's just such a throwback. It's just who we used to be. This is who we used to be, and I love this. So I'm going to be on the hunt for more. I'm not just going to buy everything I see. I don't need sports. I don't want old sports games. But I'm going to grab stuff. If I can find a batch of sitcoms, that's a gold mine. There is a lot of horror on eBay, but again, overly priced. Just silly prices. Just stop it, people. It's just silly. But then I'm bidding on it, right? So I guess don't stop. So yeah, if you venture home one day and you go up in the old attic of Ma and Pa, and they got their old Highway to Heaven, recorded from TV VHS tapes, let your boy know, and we'll work something out because I want them. So that's that. That's it. This is the pickup. Okay, where's the pickup? The pickup is right here. That's the package that came in the mail today. Amazing Stories, a 2020 story on airplane computers, and then movie. Can't wait. Let me know what you got. It's my new thing. I'm gonna go fire up the VCR. I'll see y'all soon. Good night now.